This is the Ironforge iron mine. This train has nothing to do with the Ironforge iron mine, of course. This is the mainline train that is heading up towards Ironforge itself. Now, the only downside to Ironforge itself at the current time is that it's not forging any steel from the iron. Here is the iron train between Ironforge and the Ironforge iron mine. Everyone with me so far? Hi friends, I'm Colonel Failure. You're welcome here on the Transport Fever 2 mainline, where mainline type behaviour is going to be occurring momentarily. What we're looking at is this newfangled operation we've got here at Ironforge. We've got the steel mill down there, which is producing a little because the mainline brings in coal, which is jolly decent of it. We've also got iron, obviously, being flung up the line here from the mine. There's a lot of iron. That's just going, ooh, me, and wanting to be turned into useful things. My objective in this escapade is going to be to hook some stuff up. We're going to try and get this and that and this and that all wanging its way into Ironforge, because by doing so, everything's going to be super. Moreover, I'm going to need to triple the number of services that are running down here to make steel, because there's plenty of demand for steel. That's a thing that we can make a healthy amount of. Get on with it. Right, okay, let's start easy. Now then, do you want to do this as a train? I don't think it's really necessary to do so, is it? It's so close. A couple of trucks will do the job there. Let's go easy first. And bang a couple of trucks in here. Although you say easy, this is not the most straightforward of terrain to work with. So we're going straight for the flattening gun. Yeah, you have rather an obsession with guns. Well, only in a tool-based sense. No, I think it possibly extends a little further than that as well. Yeah, well, it probably does, but hey, who's counting? Right, give me a truck station. Here, fling it around, whack it on the side here. Yeah, I'm itching for lap 2, and not in a medicinal sense, you understand. It's just that I stick stuff in and go like, a couple of mods and make that all clean and make it look brilliant, and that would be super. Yeah, I know. Look, that looked lazy, but I quite like the shape it was making, so it's not actually lazy. It is quite lazy. Right, okay, so you're one of those to one of these. Piece of cake. This is iron. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Iron. Yes. Now what? Well, ML. Yeah. Road. Yeah. Coal. Supply. You sure it's supply? It is now. So shut up. Right. Give me a depot. And we want to put that somewhere innocuous where it's not going to upset anyone. So just slap it over there. The reason I try and put my depots, out of the way a little bit is so that expansion of AI buildings is not hindered by the presence of the depot. Now then, the Mac will carry 8. Yeah, the Benz will carry 8, but it will do so faster. That's a no-brainer then, isn't it? How many do you want? 4. Really? That seems like a lot, given that it's quite short distance. Yeah, you say that, but this is going to rapidly crank up to maximum output. Did you even check that this was within catchment? No, but it is, so it's all fine. Right, okay, that's that rolling, which is going to mean that this starts operating in quite a flamboyant fashion. We also ought to stick on, now that I've got a truck route set up, and unload in the centre of Ironforge. There you go. Just stick it in there so that we can make some deliveries from the main line itself. By and large, this is not going to pay off for ages and ages and ages and ages. But you've got to get these things set up so that at some point it can work. There you go. Yeah, I mean it just makes a bit of demand. It's helpful. Iron, yeah. ML delivery. I guess. I think you've used goods in the past. Well, I may have done a lot of things in the past, but I'm not doing it today. One truck will suffice on there. Thank you and thank you. You. Yes. Buy it. Yeah. And sling that. I'm sorry, I'm going to do something a little bit more riveting in a moment. Well, I mean, not that much more riveting, but it'll be what it is. Right, good. Okay, so there's some progress for you. Hooray for progress, we all love it. Now then, we've got coal mine here. Now, eventually this coal is going to end up down there. And I can tell you, without any shadow of doubt in my mind at all, I ain't getting that down to there without a double, if not triple helix. So we're not going to do that. I am going to take it to the interchange up at Ironforge. I'm just wondering whether I could go through the mountain and then go down the side with that iron mine and end up in there, or come around the other way. Oh, that could lead to something slightly more interesting, or slightly interesting. Let's just say it's slightly interesting and make that happen. It gives us a little bit more wiggle room to play with as well. All right, well, let's work on that and see where we end up. So let's go throw station here. Let's go with 2 platforms. Let's not go electrified. Thank you very much. 160 should be plenty because it's relatively quick turnaround. That's hooked up. Make it so. All right, let's get to work. There's no sense in dilly-dallying. I mean, arguably this is close enough to run trucks as well. But when I can run trains, I will run trains. Right, no electrification for you. Oh, this is a nice kind of start. You're looking at dedicated lines, though, aren't you? Yep, I am. Oh, dear. Yeah. No. Gimme? No. Yeah. Try something slightly more modern. Yeah, and it works. It's not brilliant, but it works, and therefore we'll run with that. We'll double track up just so that we've set our agenda out from the get-go, and then let's stroll on. Now I'm going to cut straight across to here, and then use the hill to hopefully mitigate any further bridging that is required. Yeah, I know. This is, you know, when I use slightly longer words to describe. I mean, mitigate is not, you know, that's not a £2 word. That, I mean, that's like a 47p word, that one. But even so, you say like, no, I'm just going to bash in a bridge over here. That doesn't sound technical at all. Whereas if you use a slightly longer word, it makes you go like, oh yeah, he's clearly put some science into the thinking that's going on. Right, how much further have you got to go? Because I'd quite like to keep the bridge intact to get over the road. I don't want to make it too steep. We've kind of committed to this newfangled business already. You know you should put in a bridge mod, right? Yeah, I should. There you go. Hold on, wait, in we come. Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you'd like to do, anyway. Yeah. Where are we going next? Oh, that's a question. From Ironforge and Mos Eisley, I reckon. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So continue the main line out this way, curving around and picking some stuff up and what have you. Oh, and there's another steel mill there as well, which means that we'll also be exporting up that way. This is going to work out. I think we're going to need a major league freight branch that kind of hits Sunnydale and just grabs all of this stuff. Ah, technical. Yeah, I know. You were just talking about your deployment of technical language a moment ago. Yeah, I know. It's working out, isn't it? So these are the local platforms. So platform 1 could service both agendas. The thing is that when I ran it in there, what I liked was that the main line might have to run underneath it. I think that would be both beautiful and rather forcing a bridge where one is not necessary. There are plenty of times when a bridge is necessary, and I think come the decoration lap, there will be further bridges added that are there purely for the sake of beauty. But in this case, just get it done, man. Right, so we're going to come in over there. Yeah. Is that the inside lane? It is the inside lane. All right, yep. Take that then, and we'll bring you round as far as you can come until we've got that, and then you're going to have to figure out some kind of merger, or you're going to use both tracks. I think we'll use both tracks and then stick a quick whatnot on there. I don't think you even need a quick whatnot. No, you're probably right. You're probably right. I probably don't. No, you can do all of that there. I'm just thinking for depot access rather than anything else, you see. What's the whatnot you were describing? Oh, you know, junction, set of points, that kind of behaviour. Okay, all right. Yeah. No, you're almost there. You've now just got to hope that you can actually get to the coal mine. Yes. Now, what do you want? Coal mine on the inner or the outer? Inner. Okay. Right, there you go. Right, coal mine ends up here. Well, that's going down, so that's no good. Right, if you go up very abruptly, you can get up to the right level. So now all you've got to do is do a bit of smoothing to create some space for this to happen, and bang in a station. Yeah, and I think the station is going to be banged about here. Okay, well, flatten away. Yeah. Bigger brush, bigger brush. There you go, try that on. Oh yeah, that's much bigger. It's not, is it? Yeah, right, okay, super. See, now, if I was in decorating mode, what I'd do is I'd get rid of all the trees in this kind of hollow, because this is what I did when I went on a little bit of a, oh, let's do some high detailing for a whole series, which was super, and I had a lot of fun doing it, but my goodness me, it took a lot of time. But then, you know, change the terrain colour, add in a couple of extra props and bits of scenery to make it all look more compelling and more interesting and more. You know, then make it look like it's been polluted industrially for some time. See, that was super. You know, you might actually want this one a bit longer. Yeah, all right, let's 240 it then. Okay, right, now, if you've got that as an opportunity, it's going to make for a slightly weird angle of attack. I think over here is probably your better bet. Give me some tendrils there, friend. Tendrils. Give me tendrils. Tendrils are a no. Why not? Why do you resist? Don't resist me. We don't tendril from here, son. You're going to have to build some road. Okay, well, you know, I'm not against it. Right, so if you just slap that in around there, like so. Yeah, and then rock it around. Turn it on to bendy, please. Bendy. Right, then rock it around that. Go on, don't collide. Thank you. And then keep going. Around onto there. Around onto there. Thank you. Right, then, theoretically, that should catchment us. We should get catchmented. Multiple times. Okay, there you've been catchmented. Yes, that's a word. It's not though, is it? Okay, right, now, a bit more smoothage. Thank you. Yes. We're going to have a very sharp 90-degree turn there before we head back down the gubbins. Yeah. Oh, your language is really working out well now. Yeah, I'm sure you're not regretting having highlighted the use of language. Yeah, no, zero regrets. Where are you going? Not there. No. Where am I actually going? You're going over here. Oh, crikey. Is that going to work? Oh, I think so. There you go. A bit like that. Alright, what's that got us? Oh, a cheeky tunnel entrance. Yeah. With some underground palaver. And then re-emergence. Okay. No, that's okay. Just make sure you snapped onto the right side of the track, which we are. Let's take it. Yeah, there's no sense in making this overcomplicated. It's just a flipping coal mine. I mean, you know, it's not Sistine Chapel. No, Sistine Chapel's a passenger service. Right, let's do a bit of this. You know what? I think we should probably knock this mountain top down quite a bit. Just to, you know, reasons. Oh yeah, that's the best way to do it. The only difficulty, maybe not difficulty, maybe the problem, right, with what I'm doing here is that if you go overboard to the point that you kind of go, oh, that looks nice, it homogenizes the entire map. You end up with everything looking like, oh, there was a hill here once, but I've smoothed the heck out of it, and now it looks like nothing. And therefore, you want to keep a little bit of character in these areas. Yeah, we are going to bring out the paint tools. Yeah, just, you know, give it a minor scattering for now. But let's not go overboard. This is very, 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 very lazy. You know, the way to make this stuff work is drop your strength down a good nudge or 3, because that way you don't have 100% coverage. So you get different patches of texture showing through, and therefore it looks a little bit more like the real world. You know, the real world very rarely has entirely consistent colorization, discolorization, however you wish to describe it. Grass, gravel, yeah, no, it's too light. It's too light. You want something a bit browner. It's brown. Yeah, your brush is still a bit strong. Okay, all right, it's okay. Yeah, just want the occasional patch of the light sandy stuff showing through. Yeah. Now, I mean, as riveting as this is, I should get back on with it. I think you probably should. Especially since we're going to be waiting for a moment or 6 before the flaming trains turn up. That's true. Okay, so this is 2 services. Oh, isn't it going well? Well, I mean, that's debatable. Well, it is, because I say so. Okay. Yeah, 2 services. You know, this isn't going to have a massive impact on how well any of this performs, given that the mainline's bringing coal in. Yeah, but not very much. And the addition of extra iron is it should mean that we've got a very heavy amount of steel being produced, which will require us to have additional trains in service. Right, so that's iron supply 1. This is going to be iron supply 2. Iron, ML, rail, iron, yeah, supply 2. Okay. And then one more. From there out to here. Okay. Iron, yeah, ML. Rail, isn't it? Coal, supply. Happy-go-lucky. Now, all these are going to run full in one direction. Running in the opposite direction, they won't. So it's important, therefore, to put on enough wagons onto the beast in order to make them, you know, economically viable. Now, I've not poked this in a little while, and therefore I've largely forgotten exactly where my next depot is. It's somewhere. It was at a name. It was at a name, wasn't it? It was at is Miranda the nearest one? I think so, but you don't know, do you? No, but I'm moderately sure that it is. Yeah, I lost. No, you're not lost. You're in exactly the right place. Here we go. It's over here somewhere. It's there. Okay, now, obviously, the Miranda Junction is properly busy. So we are going to have to wait some time to get anything out there. Now, whatever I stick on here, it's not going to have... We've got any electrics yet? No. Crocodile, not yet. What were you saying? Oh, yeah, we're not on too much of a slope. It's got a moderate slope, but not too steep. And therefore, we don't need to be concerning ourselves too greatly. Yes, we do. Oh, okay. You know what? I quite like these. Well, you can have one of those for your iron whatnot, but the coal one is going further and is carrying more, so you're going to want something a little bit more robust. Gondola for you. I'm on 100-ish capacity. 96. That's the number. Yeah, that'll do it. All right, have one. Thank you. Right, fling that up the iron doodah ding dong whatnots. Iron supply 2. Right, and then crop that off. Find something a little bit more. And Mikado. No, she went of her own accord. Pardon? There we go. Have a Mikado on that, and then cargo-wise, we're going to add up a few more of these. What have you set? You set it as a 240. All right. What's our low speed? 37. What have we got capacity-wise? 156. That's probably about right. Let's give that a go. It is shorter than the platform, but that just means that I can add more later if there is an overabundance of supply. Right. They're now rolling. I'm going to up the tempo to give it a fighting chance of them having done by the time I've finished monkeying around over here. how is the actual supply? Okay, so steel production has got 1 coal waiting. Yeah, see, that's Mainline's got all of the iron ore. Why are you taking the iron ore away? We want the iron ore here. This is where it belongs. This should just darn it. Oh, game. I mean, I can tell it not to nick it all and just go, no, stop nicking that. What are you doing here? I want the terrain tools. And El Flatanori. Oh, it's Italian gentleman. Yes. With a little bit of Spanish in there as well. Oh, I'm multilingual. Semi-multilingual anyway. Right, that's, yeah, about there. Yeah. What we're waiting for, you see, is the little alco. The little alco would do this absolutely superbly. About 120 metres. Yes, this could be a truck route, but I'm not making it a truck route. Right. There. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. You sure this corner isn't going to be hellish? Oh, I'm sure the corner is going to be hellish, but I'm sure we're going to make it work. See? Thusly has it been made to work. Oh, that really is. I mean, that's a shunting service. Yeah? What's your problem? Oh, I haven't got one. I'm just making an observation. You're then going to need some form of junctionette here in order to provide services out this way in the first place. Junctionette deploy. There you go. That's super. Yep. Okay. You haven't got any signals on there. Doesn't need any. Single train business. You do, because you've got train coming in there, look. Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, in which case, you know what? I'll stick 2 on there. Not that it needs it necessarily, but I'll stick them on. Whoa. What? What's the problem? Hello, Train 84. What's the problem? Oh, it's because I put a signal on there, isn't it? So if I turn you around, you'll have no problem at all. Good, except you're full of iron and you shouldn't be. Yeah. Now turn around again. There you go. No path. All right. Well, look, you're just going to be broken for one run, and then you'll be fine. It's because I put a signal on there. It got confused. It didn't know what its life was all about at that point. Well, that's all good. Who the heck are you? Hello. I'm the steel train. Of course, you're the steel train. Yeah. All right. Fine. Yeah. Good. What are you doing? Right, well, look, I've got that hooked up, and then I think we will also grab the iron from here as well. We're going to be running so much iron into here, it's jolly, jolly exciting. Is it? Oh, jolly exciting. Now, if you're talking about this Sunnydale branch, you probably ought to get a jump on that by running the main line. Okay, all right. So there you go. Look, there's the onward mainline journey. Oh, everybody likes going on a journey. They surely do. There you go. Run that out to just beyond here. We're going to head pretty much right next to Mos Eisley for our next stop. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, just crowfly. This is a naturalistic kind of a path. And then we'll hook up the station here. We'll make you a slightly less short, but still basic iron shuttle. Yeah, I know, I haven't hooked up the last one yet. No, that's deliberate. I was intending to do them both at the same time, you see. And then we'll run you down here like something like this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get that. See, that's modest. It is modest. I like it. And then we'll sling the other one out over this side, because then this can form the main line itself. Well, it's not a main line, is it? No, this is the Sunnyvale branch. In fact, oh, this is great. Yeah. Look, what we'll do is we'll split. Yeah, we'll do a Y split around the point of this station, and half of it will go that way, half of it will go this way, and it's going to be all freight, and it's going to be coming in here, and it's going to be properly busy. Which means, even though this is quite a tidy junction, I think there is going to be expansion of this required. But we'll need to see it in action before that happens. Alright, so you run alongside there up to here. I'm not going that far today, but I want to just get my head straight. And then we'll run that out over there. like so. Okay, is that what you want? What have you just done? I've done it wrong. Yeah, you really have. Have I? Yeah. Yeah, you've done it wrong. Have I? Yeah. Shall I bulldoze that and then have a rethink next time round when we get to that bit? I think that is what we're going to do next. So yeah, just leave that alone for the moment. You've got the startings of an idea, of a concept, but I think you're lacking the punchline. So just get that set up so it sort of works in the way that you want it to. Yes, and then we're going to need a similar peel off here to come into this platform. Rather like so, but we will use the correct side of the track, so I'll stick some one-way signals on there to make it so that we don't have to have a long and complicated conversation with one another later on. This, that, yeah, groovy. Okay, so one of those, yep, and then a little further along we'll do a double bill. Wait for it. 1 times, 2 times, happy times. All right, that's good. More signals are going to be needed on there, but that at least will get the orientation of these trains correctly set from the get-go. Oh, it certainly will. Right, now let's route these bad boys. What you going to do? I'm going to route these bad boys. Yeah. Hang on a moment. Yes? Why are they both running down on the same track? You probably ought to fix that before the train turns up, or it's going to be jammed permanently. Yeah, okay, so what? Iron supply 2. Yeah, change the terminus. Wilco, right. Yeah. This should be 2, I guess. Yeah. And then that should probably be 1. There you go. Right. Yeah. Just as well you looked, isn't it? Well, it is just as well. But, what? I mean, I solved it before it broke, so there you go. It's not a problem. Right, okay. 2 more lines to bang in. Did you hit the button already? Begins with L for line 1 is what it will be listed as. Nope, I didn't. All right, new line. Yeah. From Iron Frog up to Upper Iron Frog. Whew, yeah. Okay, so this is Iron, ML, Rail, yeah, Iron, Supply 3. All the iron supply that a small child could ever desire. And then, just because, you know, can't get enough of it, this is Iron, yeah, ML, yeah, Rail, yeah, Iron. Guess what? Supply 4. Did you actually lock that in? Yeah, I did. Look, there's this green business. All right, super. Well, let's go and buy some trains, and then we'll go and see where our new acquisitions have actually got to. I'll be somewhat surprised if they've left the depot. It's a busy area of track, and I know from experience that, no, they've left the depot. Then your experience is meaningless, so shut up and get on with it. Right, I need a proper tiddler to run supply 3. Now, I know that the 75.4 bat is not what you might consider a tiddler, but it's a short-form tank engine, and therefore suited to this particular task. But I might go with the classic Naught number 2486. Yeah. I see. I think that's the way to go. Now, it's a very short run. So, and it's a 60 km/h top limit. Yeah. So those 80s are a little bit overkill. Yes. Have a look at those. Those are 50s. You know what? I'll take them. They only carry 4 each. You sure? I think it feels like a bad idea. There you go. This is the one. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is probably about as many as it's ever going to need. This one's going to struggle to cover the cost of the loco, but we'll stick it in there and see what happens. That appears to have been a thing that's occurred, so let's get rid of all of that. And then a slightly longer one that is going to need a bit of pace because it's going to be sharing the main line. Mikado again. Well, we like it, but you could argue that it's been overused by this point. What about JF1? Sure. Yeah, I like a variety. Give me the variety, and then gondola it. And what are you thinking? Just a shade over 100 would probably do the trick. There you go. It's jolly expensive. Yeah, I imagine the running costs are not going to be cheap either. Stick that on supply 4. Right, there we go. Let's watch for the emergence here. Oh, there you go. No messing around. Crikey. Last time I stuck stuff up here, it was jam-packed. Yes, but last time you stuck stuff up here, I think this was where things terminated. Also, you hadn't got the signals in. So don't get overexcited. It's only gone as far as the first signal. Yeah. I spent some time. Given that money's no longer an object, I roll it forward just because I fancy just watching trains happen for a bit. And this is a goodly length, busy kind of service that we've got here. There's my short, shunty one with the lozenges on. Yeah, well, that was a problem. Hello, 91. Talk to me. What's your issue? You're not the one that was broken before, are you? Are you? You better not be. Hello. Yeah, all right. What are you doing? You're going on rail iron supply 2. Yes. Which is where exactly? It's over there. Are you in fact telling me that because I had the temerity to add a signal and some extra track that you got completely confused with regard to where you were supposed to be going? Because you are in the wrong place. And I'm going to have to build some really flipping terrible junction to get you to comply. There is no reason at all why you would not have been able to get up to these platforms, because we use them. Okay, that's a puzzler. Yeah. I mean, it's the fix is going to be build a bit of extra track and just get it over onto its correct line. But that's hardly the point. It's being driven by an idiot. Yeah. No, it's got nothing to do with my track laying. You shut your noise. Alright, okay. Well, here we go then. Yeah, I know. It's hideous, but it's not going to be around long. I'm going to delete it in a sec. Yeah, I'll get around onto there. You, get back to flipping work. Go on, clear off and never darken my door again. Just go grab the stuff and bring it to the station and shut your noise. Thank you. Double check the line. I don't need to double check the line. We just did double check the line and it was absolutely glorious. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay, yeah. Just a pathing wazzock there. Nothing more to see than that. Right. Now, if we could just get the main line to stop nicking all of the stuff that we need for steel. Look at this. We've got 69 coal, 101 iron. And we've got a steel producer down there that's just going, what am I to you? Nothing? Surely it's further for it to go on the main line than it is to get down here. Maybe I just need more trains. Oh, no, not more trains. You've got 3 on there already. Well, more trains is not the answer then. Yeah, we could tell the main line to stop picking that stuff up. Oh, that's not going to work. We could. Yeah. At which point it will go, oh, if only there was somewhere that demanded this stuff. And I kind of go, well, here, look, it's there, look. Just look at it. It's there. Yeah, why is this giving me the runaround? You've got it set at the moment to 50-50. And maybe if you were to knock that off, it would do better. Yeah. See, no, it's not even 50-50. It's 75-75. Stick it at 100. I don't think that's going to help. Okay, well, what is going to help then? I think you dock to the main line. Okay, well, good luck finding the right station. That's easy enough. It's just Ironforge. Here we go. Look, there. We can try it. I don't think it's a good idea. All right, okay, do that. Right, now, unconventionally, I'm now going to give it 10 minutes at high speed to see what happens, and then we'll pick it up. Okay, so it hasn't been 10 minutes. It's probably been closer to about 6. But this is working. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that at some point I am going to have to get the main line shipping these raw materials again, because one steel mill alone is not going to generate enough demand to warrant all of these mines coming in. Its production level is not going to be high enough, so I will have to shift it by the main line. But right now, it's working just fine. As you can see, steel production, we've got 72 coal and 103 iron waiting there. The mainline's still got some legacy stuff. That's gradually dripping away. Do raw materials drip away? These ones do. Here's one of the 3 steel trains coming in now. It's only carrying 8 steel, this one, but that's okay. What I have noticed is that the frequency of arrival of these bad boys is pretty much spot on to soak up all of the incoming supplies. I'm going to up the tempo ever so slightly, just so we can appreciate things at a slightly less leisurely pace. Now, as you can see, we've got Ironforge South over there. That's rail supply 2. There's 17 waiting. Down here at the steel mill, there's 32 on the go. Down at transfer, there's 50. That's the original. Over here with the coal, that's empty. Yeah, coal production here has not quite stepped up. As we swing our gaze around, supply 3's going, and this chap will be packing some stuff in as well. You know what you need? Slightly longer wait time. Slightly longer wait time. Very good. Well done. I'm surprised you guessed that straight away. Well, I do know what's going on in my own head. Do you? Yeah. Give me a full load of anything. Max stop time of, let's go, 140 seconds. That's arbitrary. So am I. Then up yonder, you've got 90 odd waiting there. I don't think the train is in situ yet. It is not. It's in transit. Okay. All right, well, it'll get here at some point. That might even be it now. Iron supply 4. There you go. It arrives as I spake. And that's jolly good. In fact, the one thing I haven't checked on this is that it's going into the right platform. I think it is. Yeah, it is. Yay! Well, that's good to see. So there's an imbalance in between coal and iron that's arriving here at the moment. Not the end of the world, but not ideal either. Hopefully, the truck-based iron mine here, coal mine, beg your pardon, will start to pick up a little bit more. The trucks are all running with some supply on board. How many have you got? Full load. All right. In which case, I may take this back. How about you? How many have you got? Full load. The trucks are all running a full load every time, so that's nice. You are not, though. It was only your first pickup, but that's not the point. It should have been producing for a lot longer than that. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to need you to be delivering a lot more than that to cover your costs. Yeah, maybe it's still ramping up. No, this is Transport Fever 2, Sunshine. They ramp up proper quick. Yes. Yeah. See, I mean, look, this is trickling up at a very, very leisurely pace. Maybe it'll go faster in time. Maybe it'll go faster once I let the mainline actually start shipping this stuff again. But I don't want to cut off the tail of the golden goose, because the tail is where the magic of the golden goose actually occurs in the first instance. You know what? What? Re-enable the mainline. Okay. To what extent? Oh, put it at like 20% or similar. I don't think you can do that. Well, obviously, I mean, technically I can, but I think by doing so, you're just going to create problems. Just tell it can take as much as it pleases. This will work itself out in time. Look at the age of this. Hang on, no, that's pause. I want to look at it. The rust on that. Oh, that's a thing. That's a absolute ruddy beauty, that is. Yeah, can't beat a rusty steam train. I've been Colonel Failure, everybody. I'll be back with more rusty steam trains next time around. And we're going to press forward. I think we will do both sides of that Y-shaped junction that we were referring to earlier on. If you didn't pay attention to that, you don't know what I'm talking about. If you were paying attention, you do know what I'm talking about, and you're already excited, nay salivating at the prospect. Subscribe to ensure that your salivation is not wasted. I'll be back soon with another one. Thanks very much for watching. Cheerio! Hey up, Gareth. You've stuck in a Wizio request. I'm going to read it back to you because that's what we do here. Yeah, I've read it already, but it's a good one, this one. Anyway, my partner, Minxie, has her birthday, and we have our anniversary on the 5th of January. Congratulations, well done to both of you. You've done well. Congrats. We both love the Transport Fever 2 series, so it would be amazing if we could have this on one of those videos near that date. I can't give guarantees. I will try and hit that date. I can't guarantee it'll be a transport fever video, but you've just seen the video, so you will know now, won't you? There we go. Anyway, carry on. Could you please talk about how you cope with frustration in games and in real life without getting flustered, and how you come up with some of your more unique solutions? I don't know what I describe as a unique solution. Great question. Great question. Great question. How do you cope with frustration? Okay. Something is only frustrating when you can't do anything about it. Right? That's the fundamental law. It is that unless if it is impossible for you to solve, then it should not cause any level of frustration at all. Timing can cause frustration in the sense of something happens at a particular point at which you kind of go like, I'm not going to be able to fix this for ages. It's well within my capability of doing so, but it's going to take me a while before I'm actually able to do it. That can be quite frustrating. But unless you are in a scenario where it is absolutely beyond your control, and yet for some reason it is your responsibility, accountability, whatever you like, it affects you, then getting frustrated isn't going to help you. It's if you've not watched Bridge of Spies, which is Tom Hanks and I can't remember his name, but he puts in a heck of a performance as a Russian spy. Anyway, right during the Cold War as a Russian spy, and Tom Hanks repeatedly asks him, "You worried?" And the Russian spy goes, "Would it help?" And that's a great mindset. Is that that getting frustrated with stuff, you just kind of go, is getting frustrated going to help anything? No. Then why bother doing it? Here's a turning point for me. Is back in the early 2000s, I was living away from home during the week, working for EA, the games company, and every Friday I'd be keen as mustard to get home. But to get home, I would have to do halfway around the M25, which for those of you outside the UK is just awful. It's a highway, it's a freeway, so it's a motorway, but it is always busy, 24 hours a day, and at that time on a Friday, it gridlocks multiple times, and it is 70 miles to get from the junction I get on to the junction that I would have to get off, and the annoyance of it would come from it is so unpredictable how long it would take me to get round there. Because sometimes I could be round there in an hour and change. Sometimes it could take 2 hours, 3 hours to get around there. And then I had to go up the A12, which is a smaller highway, but was and still is fraught with needless accidents driven by people who shouldn't be allowed in cars. And therefore, it was incredibly unpredictable how long it would take me to get home on a Friday. And I've been doing it I've been doing this every Friday for like 3-4 years, and I would just get so frustrated at angry, at delays. Any time that I found myself stuck in traffic again, I'd be like yelling and screaming at no one in particular, just out of my mind in frustration because I was so keen to get home. And powerless to do anything about it. And I don't know how that changed. I don't know why that changed. But all of a sudden it was like a light bulb going on. Was just like, is this changing anything? You getting all hot and bothered about this? Is this affecting your journey time whatsoever? Is it clearing the traffic for you? No. Then why bother? You're just expending energy senselessly without any real benefit to it. At which point, and I'm not even kidding, it was like a light bulb going off. I used to just enjoy it. You stick the radio on, and it was around that point I discovered audiobooks. Audiobooks make such a difference, because if the audiobook was good, you'd quite happily just sit there with the engine off for a couple of hours, just listen to an audiobook. It was really quite nice. Make sure you've always got a drink with you. Make sure you haven't topped up on drink before setting off in the first place. And that all just works out. Yeah, it's about control. Frustration is about control, and if you have control over something, you should never be frustrated about it because you can deal with it. It's only when you don't have control over it that frustration builds up. It's a really tricky one. How do I cope with frustration in games? I like the only time I get frustrated with games is when it's not my. This is why I don't play. It's why I don't play puzzle games, right? Because I'll get stuck on a puzzle in a puzzle game, and I can't see it. I just can't see it. I can't see how to put it together. I can't figure out what it is that I'm supposed to do with this thing, and I will try to figure out, because no puzzle game starts you with something you can't solve. No, they start you with something that's easy, and worse still, they make it quite fun. So you go, easy and fun, and you go easy and fun, slightly more difficult and fun, and you're going to go, it's quite satisfying to solve that one. Slightly more challenging, slightly stupid. And you're going to go, I don't know. I don't know how to get past this. I can't get past it, and you stick with it because you want the dopamine hit of that was fun and quite pleasing to resolve, and the frustration mounts, and then you just kind of go, stuff that I can't be bothered. In the days before the internet, of course, you were screwed at that point. You couldn't do anything at all. Your only hope was to try and find one of your mates who'd played it who knew how to solve the thing. There was no other way of solving it. Nowadays, in the internet, you just go look up a walkthrough of how somebody else has solved it. That's not fun. That's desperation. That's not good game design. That's bad game design, and that's my problem with puzzle games. You have to think in the same way that the designer did. If you don't think along the same paths as the designer, you never put these things together. Text adventures. Oh, dear me. Text adventures in the 1980s where you'd go through some kind of puzzle mystery, something or other, and it was all text-based, and you'd have to figure out how to get past different bits because it would be a puzzle of some kind. And there were two that stick out in my mind. The Leather Goddesses of Phobos, which was quite wittily written. But there was one bit. You're on a flipping barge on the canals of Mars, floating down. You go through some kind of gate thing that irradiates you, and then about 5 turns later, you're dead. I tried everything for dozens of hours to try and get around that. Could not figure it out. I tried consuming, using, eating, throwing, absolutely everything out of my person. I tried getting off the raft. I tried everything possible to avoid it. Couldn't avoid it. It annoyed the hell out of me, and that was what put me off. The other one was Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I can't remember the sticking point for that. I just remember that it was no fun. I did quite enjoy solving the Babelfish problem, which was when you first deployed the Babelfish out of the Babelfish dispenser, it fired it out of the dispenser all the way across the room and got cleaned up by a cleaning robot. So you would have to go through a convoluted series of things whereby you put a blockage in front of the cleaning robot hole, you put the pile of junk mail that hopefully you picked up in the first scene on top of something else, so that when it dispensed, the cleaning robot was so busy with all the junk mail that the Babelfish just sailed straight into your ear like it's supposed to. That was quite satisfying. But that, again, you've got to give enough clues to the player for them to find it. Otherwise, it's just bad game design. If you don't think like the designer, then it's bad game design. No game has made me angrier than Mirror's Edge, the original Mirror's Edge, which, if you've never come across it, is a very stylish parkour-based game in first person, otherwise known as a platform game. Yeah, it was fine while it was traverse this rooftop using whatever spins and twists and flips and whatnot that you wanted to use. Oh, incidentally, now you have to do combat. And they kind of go, well, I didn't want to do, I was quite happy just doing a bit of free running. Oh, well, yeah, the combat stuff, yeah, you get past some of it. You're going to go, oh, here's one more. You've got to run up a spiral around a pipe, and on the outside surrounding it is a bunch of blokes with guns who are going to shoot you throughout the entire thing while you're trying to time jumps perfectly to move from platform to platform. Tried that for 2 hours. I threw my controller across the room so hard it broke the controller. I have never been more angry with a game. I then took the disc out and snapped it in half in case I was tempted to ever try and play it again. That's bad game design. That's not fun. I mean, some people get off on this kind of thing, but I don't want a game that's just going to make me furious. I don't want it. How do you deal with the frustration? Know what's going to make you frustrated in the first place. That's the secret weapon. But understand that it is about control. Whether in games or in real life, it's always, always, always about control. And as long as it's within your control, you shouldn't get frustrated because you can solve it. The more frustrated you get, the less likely a solution is going to be to manifest. If it's in your control, don't get frustrated. If it's out of your control, frustration's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. You're being frustrated about something you can't control. Why? Is it going to help? And that's the thing to take away, is that you have to remain calm about stuff. When I'm recording games for video purposes, and I'm quite selective about the games that I record. If a game has a frustrating mechanic in there, I'll call it out. I'll say that's not a great bit of mechanic. If it's my own stupidity, or if it's me repeatedly doing the same thing, if I'm playing, I always play things the way I believe they are meant to be played. And if the designer has made it so that it doesn't respond well to the way that I'm playing it, it's the designer's fault. It's not my fault. No, he should have designed it with me in mind, rather than forcing me down a very narrow path of this is the acceptable way to play it. More often than not, I'm not going to be playing those games in the first place. If I hose something up and it's out of my own idiocy, I'm fine with that. In fact, it often makes for quite a good video, particularly when I do the same thing repeatedly and it is legitimately my fault. The number of times that I will be trying to press one button, but I'll be jabbering away in that way that I do. And I'll be I want to put one thing in, and I'll keep repeatedly pressing the wrong button and go, no, that's not it. And I jabber, press the button. Oh, no, that's not it. And that's because my attention is split between trying to jabber in a semi-entertaining or at least semi-coherent fashion, while at the same time, I'm trying to play a game that actually requires you to pay some attention to it. And that's how mistakes get made. But that's how good videos rock up. For me, a good video is one where mistakes were made. Or that the game has just got it in for me. I don't get frustrated about those kinds of things because it makes for good video. Does it make for a satisfying gameplay experience? It doesn't matter at that point. Not to me, because it's about, does it make a good video? You may or may not have seen it. I spent 45 minutes sat there waiting for a little AI dude to walk down a footpath that I'd put down. You may have seen it. That's a great video because nothing happened for 45 minutes. Not until I made one slight tweak at the end. It wasn't because I'd done it wrong. I just hadn't done enough. I needed to do a little bit more to get it to work. But there were so many times where a little AI dude would walk down and I'd go, here we go, this is the one, and he'd go a different way. Just made for great video. And that's why I don't get frustrated by it on video too often. And if I do, I'll stop playing. Because no one's forcing me to play this stuff. I'm the only one making me play this stuff. It's only worth going through any period of frustration if you think that the satisfaction having come out at the other end is worth it. Otherwise, it's just bloody mindedness. And where's the good in that? So there you go. I don't know if this is useful advice or not, but that's how I frame it. That's how I think about it. And it certainly does me no harm. I don't get very frustrated very often. In fact, I rarely get frustrated. I get frustrated about stuff I can't control, where I can see solutions so easily, and I'm just powerless to do anything about it. And there you go. That's really all there is to it. It's a great question, Gareth. Anyway, happy birthday, Minxie, and congratulations on your anniversary on January the 5th. Yeah, you're both lovely people. Try not to be frustrated. Is it going to help? See, that's like a summary to the video essay. there. I could do this professionally, you know. I could, but, you know, who'd have me? Cheerio.